Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Norman. I'm actually now online from Berlin, and in the following 15 minutes, I will give you some helpful information on how companies can benefit from the internal view of hacking and how valuable this can be to have a better defense against hacking attacks. So for this, we follow my short agenda, which basically includes 5 questions, as there are: what is a hacker? How do hackers act? What threatens my company? How to strengthen my defense? And what can be 70 basic steps to cybersecurity? What is a hacker? In general, we can say that a hacker is a computer security expert. This is a skilled person with a specific knowledge to overcome security measures and due to gains command and control of your IT systems as well as your company data. From our today's point of view, we can basically distinguish between good and bad hackers. So good hackers help you to improve your security to avoid cyber attacks. Colloquial, these people are called white hats or ethical hackers. On the other hand, we have bad hackers. Bad hackers take advantage of your pure security and execute cyber attacks. I'm sorry? Share your slides. Oh. We do that. One moment. That makes sense. I thought this is on. Well, okay, you didn't miss too much. And we do like this. Okay, this supports the process. Okay, I speed up. Yeah, I already talked a bit the basic. What is a hacker? Is a computer security expert, and then we have basically the good ones and the bad ones, and the bad ones are our focus, and as they take advantage of our pure security measures and execute finally cyber attacks. They're called in common. They are called like black hats. Yeah. So we focus on bad hackers as they may attack us, and we also may consider them like an intruder, like a housebreaker who wants to break into our house. Hackers have different goals depending on their motivation. The motivation can be to steal or to manipulate our confidential information, damage our IT systems, or just put us under pressure by threatening something and start to extort ransom, for example. In the end, we may run the risk to lose control of the availability, the integrity, confidentiality of our data, and of course of our business processes. In general, hackers act like business people, like we do, to reach the objectives, and they focus on less effort and high benefit. Meaning, if your defense is weak, it's more likely that you get hacked. So if your house, for example, your house has no fence, there is no German Shepherd, and the door is not locked, the effort to enter your house is smaller for someone with evil intentions. In South Africa, there's a saying I quite like. In South Africa, the people say, like, if you look like food, you are food. So try not to stand out and draw unnecessary attention of hackers to your company. How do hackers act? To protect yourself against enemies, it is very worth to understand how they operate. Professional hackers do not leave anything to chance. They prepare every attack from the scratch in detail and always think the next steps ahead. For this, they use structured and planned approaches, as well as apply project management rules like we do in our daily business. One important example to understand hackers' attack procedures is the cyber kill chain framework. The kill chain itself origins from military background and was adopted from Mr. Martin Lockheed to cyber security. The cyber kill chain contains 7 major steps to capture an enemy target, or let's say like our company, where every step has further sub-steps and requires different know-how, tactics, techniques, and tools to complete all single tasks. As not everyone can know everything, hackers also form corporations between specialists for every step, as we do it too in everyday life. Anyway, every hacking attack starts with a large-scale reconnaissance, meaning the hacker investigates every possible detail about your company to identify possible weaknesses in your defense. After this investigation process, the hacker decides if the effort to attack you will bring the expected benefit or not. So if your house has a fence and there's a video surveillance and you may have 2 German Shepherds and all doors and windows are locked, they will probably move on to find a, let's say, less secured company. What threatens my company? To understand in which way we must protect our company appropriate against hackers, we start to analyze our threat landscape. Yeah, the threat landscape is the big headline we start with. We think about all possible threats that may lead to the risk of a cyber attack. To do so, we analyze every single part, all parts of our attack surface, as there are, for example, our endpoints, and so all computers, our networks, internal, external networks. We also have to think about the mobile devices, Internet of Things, our cloud environments, and of course, we have to see the supply chain. So our suppliers, our customers, our service providers, everyone we are connected with can have some risk to us, as well as all inside and outside users, and there furthermore. After this, we assign all possible threats to the elements of our attack surface, as there are, for example, different kinds of mal and ransomware. We have botnets, denial of service, web-based threats, but also social engineering and phishing, and not forget the physical threats. To complete our threat landscape, we must also think about the different types of attackers. We know already there are good and there are bad hackers, but from the bad hackers, you have a lot of different types. So we must think also what can be their goals on our company. With all these informations from surface, threats, and attackers, we can run a risk analysis. Then we rate the probability of occurrence and evaluate impacts on our company. And later on from this, we derive criticalities and decide about appropriate security measures against cyber attacks. How to strengthen my defense? How to strengthen my defense? The first step is towards a strong cyber security or cyber resilience. Is it to raise awareness of the likelihood of hacking attacks? Yeah, so must be aware, and you must understand that there's a probability, a very high probability and likelihood that you get hacked. If you don't want and you don't accept possible impacts of cyber attacks, as there are, for example, payment of damages and ransom, production downtime, of course, loss of reputation, infringement of law, and many others. So in the end, all of them lead to profit loss or even bankruptcy. If you don't want to take these risks, start to understand your threat landscapes by looking through the eyes of a hacker and think as a hacker. Analyze and reduce your attack surface, make your defense strong, and you enhance the effort for hackers to break into your company's IT. 17 basics to cybersecurity. Yeah, it's important. So please note that your security measures against hackers can only be good enough if you identify all weaknesses and don't leave any gap for a threat actor to go through. So we can also say, like, build a fence around your house, put strong locks into your doors and windows, and do not forget to make use of them. Meaning you must close the door, you must lock the lock to protect your company. Nevertheless, I like to recommend at this point that you may start to increase your defense by implementing some my 17 basics of cybersecurity. It's not hard work, so please just do it. With this, you already overtop the Pareto principle, which is saying that 20% of the possible and correctly used cybersecurity measures provide already 80% protection against potential threats. But please note and always keep in mind that cybersecurity is an ongoing process and will never, ever stop. Hackers are engineers, and so you must be, or we must be all together. Yeah. I am now at the end of my presentation, and I'd like to thank you for your attention.